tired.
I bet.
Oh my god, I don't want to be in a car anymore. But we're not in a car. We are here for the PR podcast, week 3 of SAPAPL.
This is for your
Brian
cause
is here.
Yeah, something to listen to for the next regional you get to go to.
Yeah, no, regionals are fun. Highly recommend everyone go. Even if you don't like VGC, the atmosphere is really cool. You meet a lot of nice people. And sometimes you just fuck around and do really well. I didn't, but
but the homies had a good day. Yeah.
The homies did.
Props to everybody that went.
Yeah, we will have a video featuring our team breakdown and some notable games we've had and stuff like that. But for now, we're gonna talk about Black and White. We're starting with my game.
Yay!
So Will has been on a tear through Black and White, and it's kind of not really a surprise because he was very good at the tier when we played the season to start. And looking at the replays, he was just getting hacks out of his gourd in season 8.
Mm-hmm. And this is kind of what happens when the hacks normalizes a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
And we're seeing his he comes to me, right? And he's like, Brian, I want to build a team with insert Pokemon here. And then he builds like a perfect team every time around it. And I go, okay, well, good team. And he's like, oh, what about for this Mon? And builds a whole different team for that Mon. Like, the man's got Black and White UU down in his head right now.
Yeah.
So he's very excited to be playing it. And against you, like, it's not easy to play well, like to not stress out or go up and get in your own head here.
Yeah, as Adam was saying before, that playing against the commish could be stressful.
Exactly, but Will kept it in check. You played a good game here. Now I like that toxic right there on the switch. That was a good read.
Yeah. Yeah. So the thing with Bronzong, just to kind of pause here.
Yeah.
His set Stealth Arc Toxic EQ Protect kind of just walls all his guys. Like once this guy goes down, right, and with the rocks up, like he's just gone, kind of thing. So, God, I'm so tired. I'm just gonna kind of let this play and let the gameplay kind of speak for itself.
What was your thought process picking Kevin Durant for your team?
I will be honest. I found this team from Joey Pokegame.
Yeah, it looked familiar to me.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting it.
I saw it there. I made a couple little tweaks. I think I just changed moves on Nidoking.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, having Nidoking around would have been pretty good in this game. But I also just could not let Houndoom get any free turns because it rips me apart with Blastoise down.
Yep. As soon as Blastoise went down, I'm like, oh, Houndoom's free. And then he got Toxic and then Rocks with no spinner. And then Life Orb, I went, oh, he's got one more shot in him.
Yeah, exactly. So I had to just play super aggressive, just like, oh, if he's got nasty plot, I can't let him set up. I need to kind of blast through his dudes as quick as I can. And then also knowing that Swampert is incredibly annoying.
Yeah, did anything on this team besides Victini have anything to do with Swampert?
Besides Toxic, kind of wearing it down.
Yeah.
Not particularly.
Yeah, it's
and
definitely
then just kind of chunking it with Durant. Anytime he comes in, he does a bajillion damage. But Will has pretty good switch-ins to whatever move I want to go for.
Right. And a good sub out there by Will. Always make sure the Victini has a grass move before you sack your Swampert to it.
Yeah, but I've really liked more support Victini.
Mm-hmm. It was very unusual.
I mean, it's support as in it still does a shit ton of damage, but I got Will-O-Wisp. And just having that kind of keeps shit like Snorlax in check, because
he effectively did nothing.
Yes, Snorlax was neutralized.
This game actually kind of came down to right here. I was wondering if Will should have hit like Megahorn at this exact moment, because with the rocks up on the field and who was left in the game, like because this Heracross was chipping away and Zapdos having already taken a hit, I think every single Mon died to 2 Megahorns here. So I found that Stone Edge on turn 23 to be a little odd. But I know he was expecting a Zapdos switching. I don't blame him. Just if he gets it, phenomenal.
Yeah. Just because that's what I showed last time, too.
Right, yeah. And that last time left Megahorn, you can see that 35% there. Seeing he's at 71 right now before Rocks. Like, it's a good option. But he played around it just fine. He still has his core intact. It wasn't a bad Stone Edge, in my opinion. A lot of people in our call at the time were discussing whether or not that Stone Edge was good or not. I remember.
But at the same time, like, Zapdos is incredibly threatening to Will's team right now. And if that had burned, the game would have ended right there.
Oh, so many Scalds didn't burn this game. It was actually wild.
I don't think either of us burned a Scald.
I had to go make sure Smogon didn't like forget to add it back in the gen.
Yeah,
like, they took out Scald in Gen 9.
Generation 9.
Yeah. They were talking about Scald all during the regionals today. The fact that nobody can run it. And one day will come back and home.
Yeah, we miss Scald.
We do
miss sometimes,
Scald.
but not really.
And a good Scald.
Speaking of, there it is. Yeah, so being paralyzed with a Bronzong is actually kind of nice, just because I don't get Scald burned, which would be a death sentence. And then this turn, so I had to make the aggressive double to Durant.
Yeah, I was wondering about this.
Because one, I knew Houndoom was coming. I didn't know his moveset. I kind of assumed it was Sucker. It was like, I was thinking it was like Nasty Plot, like Fire Move, Dark Pulse kind of thing. And then maybe Sucker. Pursuit.
Or Pursuit, right.
His Sucker Pursuit, just one of the two. And then I knew Bronzong was too important to actually just win the game, because with Slowbro Toxic, I can just sit there and stall it out.
Absolutely.
And then Durant, at this point, he's done his job. And, like, this thing dies to a Life Orb plus...
Toxic, yeah, but it's a trade.
It's Toxic, yeah.
Yeah. It was a good trade. I didn't hate it from either of you at that time. Although I did question going into Slowbro here while Toxic. Did you reveal Protect before this turn?
I hadn't.
No, you hadn't. Okay, so that's okay. I understand going for Scald then.
Yeah. So that little crit right there, down on here, that was a really big deal.
Oh yeah.
That was such a big deal.
Hey, Gen 5 is the gen of crits.
No, it really is.
I think it's double. It's double damage. It's 1 in 8. It's ridiculously likely. Also, here's a funny slack off.
Yeah. So again, I'm like, just keep slacking off. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna protect. I'm gonna get all my souls back.
Because as you're protecting every turn, I'm thinking, where's Heracross?
Yeah, Heracross is a free entrance at any point.
At any point, you need the Slowbro alive for Victini.
I'm trying to get Heracross to come in and commit to a move. Really, that's part of my double. He's either, all right, he's going to keep clicking slack off, and now all of a sudden, 36% kind of thing.
And then he stays in. Blows my mind.
He did stay in.
What a huge play by Will.
Yeah, I don't think I would have had the balls to do that.
No, I definitely would not have either. But at the same time, it's like, oh my god, is the Victini going to hit? I mean, you revealed 2 moves at this point. It's extremely like you have a fire move.
No, I'd revealed all my moves. Obviously a fire move.
Will might have actually made a gamer play there and knew that Grass Knot would not have killed your Slowbro. In that case, even so, it's still pretty baller to go for. And there's the Moxie boost from Heracross. And this wasn't a kill yet. So
yes.
It was a good read to switch out here, but he didn't. Yeah, he did a Mega Horn again. And I was like, oh my god, what is he doing? What is he doing? Did he not check? Because now looking at it, I think Bronzong Toxics the Swampert and wins the game. I'm imagining you're thinking the same thing.
Yeah. So this was, admittedly, this is probably a weird interaction here, letting Zapdos go down. But I know my end game right now is to Toxic it and stall it out.
I'm curious why you went for Heat Wave in case, like, what if you got the burn there? Wouldn't that have just lost you the game?
I thought about it. After I clicked it, I said, oh, that was actually a throw. But I didn't get the burn, so it's fine.
Then just to show off Gen 5 mechanics.
Yeah, of course.
And here we go. The 2 MVPs of the team right here getting at it.
So it's called...
turn 1 from you. I was curious. I guess you really just wanted to get that Toxic on right before anything else.
At any point, I knew is like, that's my win condition. I need him to lose HP. Because with lefties, he's going to get it back every turn. And if I protect, I might get the 6%, or I get full parried like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Like, what if the parry, right? And so at this point, you're playing for a double protect behind para, I think. And it's not the worst.
So I get it there.
No, you get the first one there. You get the first one there.
Yeah, I get the first one, obvious. So right here, I'm running the numbers. So look at everything. Scald is doing 20 to 23. I had
25 actually. At least from what we saw on the game, not from the calc.
Yeah. So I had It's funny. I had a better chance to live Scald than hit a double protect.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
And none of those are good odds.
No.
And I said, you know what? If I can get the chip and then get another protect, the game is over.
Exactly.
And I didn't get the roll. Because then he would end up in like torrent range, and then I didn't really want to deal with that.
Exactly. And it was a good game one for sure on both ends.
Yeah, for sure. Weren't really, I got crit a little bit. Full
I
para
really
sucked, but it
enjoyed-
really wasn't anything too out of the ordinary.
Yeah, I very much enjoyed that match. And here comes game 2 with this team that I don't remember why we built this way. I know that it's an obvious fire, water, grass core with a spinner. I do not remember why Togekiss and Rhyperior are here. I'm pretty sure Rhyperior is a Victini answer, but not really. Yeah. And I think we'll just want to run Togekiss. I don't know, maybe there's a world. And then here you go, bring in like the absolute most Chad Gen 5 UU team I've ever seen.
Yeah, so I got the idea for Golurk from I read an old forum post about Golurk, and I was like, oh, I like that. And then I kind of put some guys together, and I don't know why I threw Bishop on there. I don't actually think Bishop is that good, but yeah, Golurk kind of just goes crazy.
You have to respect this, Mon. I've done it through our draft season where I had Golurk as my only spin blocker, and he was incredible. Also, rip Seed Flare there.
It didn't matter too much.
Nah. I think he's extremely underrated, at least in this meta. But and it's just showing, like, Will brought a Hitmontop that literally could not touch a Ghost type outside of Sucker Punch. I'm not even sure it had Sucker Punch. This was an obvious Technotop. So he didn't even bring
for sure. I could tell just because I know Will as a person.
Yeah.
But anyway,
makes him look
the
even
Zapdos
better.
Has HP Grass.
Oh,
it was a roll to kill at the time, so I didn't go for it. That is why I switched.
That's fair. Also, Life Orb Zapdos is an interesting play from you. I didn't think you were a fan of that.
I like to do damage, and this is a very offensive team.
Yes.
And they're kind of just made to. They come in, they hit the button.
Now, I'm not sure why Will subbed in his Azumarill here. It was an odd play.
I don't know, but I also know in Gen 5 you can't actually run Belly Drum and Aqua Jet on the same set.
Nope.
So he locks in Aqua Jet. Here's Bongo Drongo.
Yeah, here's Kill Yourself.
Yep.
So he just chips away at this, knowing his Azumarill's pretty much dead at this point.
Yeah.
Which I don't hate.
And I just don't want to let any free switches into Shaman or anything like that.
But now Will has to keep the Shaman alive to deal with Golurk at this point. Nothing else can handle it. But
that Wisp Miss, it sucked. Oh no, it was pretty big, but at that point I was kind of just throwing him away.
Yep. No, you didn't mind if you died. Getting the extra chip on the road.
Yeah, and then I was like, you know what? He could be useful. Let me get out of here. And then I kind of forgot that Rotom was faster than Suicune.
Yeah.
So I threw away my Suicune.
Yeah, it was I'm guessing it was not a max speed Suicune.
No, it was. Rotom is 298 and Suicune is 295.
Ah, look at that. God, Rotom's a good mon.
Rotom's very good. Anyways, here's my pal.
Yep. Bonk.
Just gonna click the button. Yep. Again, can't do anything to Golurk.
I tried to convince Will so hard to put Foresight on this Hitmontop.
It would have been pretty good.
Would have been really good.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
And then I made the double back to Bongo Drongo.
Yeah.
This time I get burned.
I'm not sure why Will is going for the... Yeah, I'm not sure why he's going for the burn here. I guess maybe he thought he could live after the burn, but... Like, I feel like that Rotom was pretty important still.
Yeah, but he kind of served his purpose at this point, you know? He's low HP.
Yeah.
Not really going to get a lot of opportunities.
And you go for the T-Bolt here on... What?
Yeah, so I see lefties, right? And I'm thinking more of a nasty plot kind of set.
Yeah,
so
as it should be.
Togekiss is pretty scary to my remaining guys because as long as Hitmontop is alive, Bisharp is useless.
Yeah.
And...
Well, triangle I know that Bisharp, Golurk, Hitmontop, defense. Like that one of them needs to die.
Yeah, and I know that if Rhyperior comes in, he's now in hidden power range. So.
And Rip Rhyperior, we didn't get to do anything again.
Yeah.
Just, you need to build your team around Rhyperior. Oh, there it is. There's the bullet punch, right? So at least you had that the whole time. But man, having a bullet punch. A Zapdos as a hard read is just that's how you know your team isn't just able to handle. certain threats.
Yeah, so I'm playing super aggressive with Golurk because I just do not want to let Shaman in to get up a sub at all.
Oh,
and at this point, it's just the Zapdos show.
He's faster.
You know, and Heat Wave. I'm faster. I click Heat Wave. I die to Hitmontop. I click
the game is over. The game is officially over.
Yeah.
However, if for some reason, I don't know, you didn't have close combat and you missed, I don't know, you missed a Mega Horn.
Yeah. If only that, right?
Yeah, if only. But no, it was a good game too.
I brought a better team. I mean, my first team was fine.
I think it would have been a much more balanced game if Will just kept the Azumarill alive early, because that would have had a better shot once the Suicune went down to just start ripping holes through the team instead of keeping the, I don't know, what was he trying to save, the Rhyperior, which wasn't really doing anything.
It was still a good switch into Thunderbolt because
that was all it could do. Really,
kind of crazy at this point. So here's another Joey Poke Game team.
That's why Xatu is here. I'm like, Matt would never pick that one.
I know. I also don't like Crocodile. I mean, he's fine.
He's
like
good.
In terms of, he's a scarf cleaner. He's good.
But there's a scarf cleaner both you and I prefer with Moxie.
Yes.
In Gen 5.
And I just used him last game.
You just used him, both teams.
So here's some more Protect guys, right?
Oh yeah, love Protect.
And then, I see, okay, Scarfectini, kind of go out there. And then this is probably where the game ends, funny enough.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So I get the defense drop. And for some reason, I have this memory of this team that Will brought, and this being Trick Room Cofagrigus, which is just incorrect.
I mean, to be fair, it was in, I think, week 1, a team that featured Porygon 2 and Cofagrigus that was Trick Room Cofagrigus. So I don't blame you for that one.
So I decided to stay in and click Crunch.
I mean, look at
it is Fizdef.
Yeah. It's 50.
So it did kill. And because of that,
you get burned.
I lose my Snorlax. And if we remember from week 1, when Hall got his Snorlax burned versus a team with Porygon, it crumbled.
Oh, yeah.
So
here's the real question. Where's Rest? Where's Rest Snorlax?
Sleep mechanics scare me in this gen.
That's fair. Well, we're going a little faster here as Will proceeds to make in my opinion, the biggest mistake and still come back from him.
That was a pretty big dingbat play.
Never hazard up while Zatu's out. Just don't be that guy. And here we go with an interesting Crunch doing 19 to Porygon 2?
Yeah, because it did have a rock move.
Yeah.
So Zapdos already a problem, and my best answer is my Burn Snorlax.
Right. Also, here's a Discharge on a ground type. What an absolutely Chad move to deal 15% to this? Oh, 24. Actually, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah. So then obviously, get my rocks up.
Yep. Good
Swampert's here again. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot about Xatu on that turn. Looking back on it.
I mean, I don't hate it because if you do, if you go into Xatu, you survive an earthquake. If he puts up rocks, he puts it up on his side of the field, which does nothing. So that would have been the right play for sure.
I was just so afraid of Empoleon getting burned. Just for the passive chip down, because I knew how important he was to holding off this thing.
Yeah, exactly. Once that goes down, if Porygon 2's healthy, he walls the whole team. Yeah. Yeah.
And then see my answer, it kind of bounces off, but with the burn,
it's just so much damage in this gen. Yeah. Look at that go. His Snorlax is dropping.
Then I was trying to catch Cofagrigus in, and then
here it is.
It all falls down.
What an absolutely Chad set.
It's very good.
And then he actually roosted here, which I thought was odd. So I would think, I guess he can just with the lefties recovery sub up again here, but same result if he just hit the damage button. If the leftovers, let's say, didn't get you up to enough HP.
Yeah. So I'm at a point where I have to just send in Crocodile, who's my fastest mon.
Yep.
Just to break this sub.
Yeah, it's really sad because now you're
very depressing.
Yeah. And for what? A little bit of damage on Zapdos, but I mean that's what happens.
Just to click Blue Flare.
Yep. He definitely was sacking that Cofagrigus at that point.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
And then here's what I don't get. I thought Will had all the momentum and then he sacks the Swampert.
Yeah.
I went, dang, you have to check what it is.
But to be fair, he doesn't really have things that would like to switch into Victini with Rock and Spike up.
No, but
so I get it.
If you are running Swampert and you're not running 3 attacking moves or you're not running rocks, do try to put Protect on it. Like, it's a good idea in Gen 5 to scout for Victini, because Victini can't really boost, so it either has to be Scarfed or mixed. You can at least check to see if it's going to hit you or not. And if it's stubbing out with rocks up like Cool, it's going to come back and take a ton of chip later.
Yeah.
Now, I'm pretty sure that Swampert had Protect, but I could have been wrong.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to burn. I think Blue Flare can burn.
Something like 20 or 30%. But even so, what if it killed? What if it just crit and killed there?
Yeah, exactly. I was literally, that was my out at that point.
But now the Porygon is...
I have Rotom here. Rotom gets para'd.
Very unfortunate para.
And then I just explode.
I'm actually shocked that killed.
So, yeah, me too. Fun fact, that Rotom is Meadow Plate, and that shit would have killed.
Absolutely.
Leaf Storm would have killed.
Absolutely, but the paralysis and speed drop.
That para fucking sucked.
I mean, it is Discharge. You are playing for that win con when you do use Discharge for over T-Bolt. Like, it's not so much, oh, you got crazy hacks. Like, it's 30%. It's pretty big.
It's just annoying.
It's very annoying, exactly.
And now at this point, the game is done. The game's been done since
David
turn 2.
and I were discussing whether or not you had Psyshock on the Xatu to kill Rose Raid.
I did.
And then next turn, boom! But it wasn't Life Orb, but I was like, no, it didn't kill. So Rose Raid does win the 1v1 on defensive Xatu. That's what we learned.
He was physically defensive.
Right. Man,
Xatu's not very strong.
So what's he go for here? He's just recovered. Oh yeah. So at this point,
the game's over at this point.
Yeah. You're looking for a Blue Flare crit, and Will's just recover stalling out your only good attack.
Because I have 3 power points.
Right.
And then at this point, it's done.
We come on through, and that's the game. And we never even got to see Will's Victini. I don't actually know if it was Scarfed.
It was Scarfed. He told me it was Scarfed.
Okay. I was like, Scarfed lead, funny.
So, yeah, I didn't like this team. I shouldn't have brought it. But letting Lax get burned was just, that was it. I had no prayer after that. If Lax wasn't burned, I think I could pull this out, but... Right.
Remember, if you don't like burn, just run Heal Bell.
True. Here's Nadex. I'm gonna be honest, this is my first time watching this. So we'll see what happens. But that was Jordan.
I can't believe that didn't kill. Rip Glyster. Jordan,
funny.
Always make sure the Great Tusk doesn't have Ice Spinner before you keep your Gliscor in there. But here's an interesting bulk up, right? Because it's really, really bad. And then you remember you can Terra. And you're like, great, life's good. But still, what's a Buzzwole going to do to Torn at 100, right?
Like, yeah, exactly.
You don't have a move that actually hits it super effectively, at least unless you're carrying Stone Edge. If I don't recall if this one did or didn't.
Yeah, which we'll see. But also to kind of go off of our previous discussion points about terroring your best check to a big threat. Here's Monkey again.
Yep,
this is the greatest counter to Rillaboom ever created.
Woo!
Terroring it on turn 4 to take 51% from a Hurricane and no way to actually like dish it back. And
it's really rough. Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah.
And also it's really hard to commit to, like, I'm just gonna say this to anybody. If you're setting up that early in a match, right? Like, there's nothing. You haven't even touched your opponent yet. No hazards, no knockoff, no chip whatsoever. Like, there is a very unlikely chance that you can ever pull off that sweep. So, you gotta know when it's safe to get going. Also, here we're just gonna need to talk a little bit about Goldango.
He's very good.
He's very good. Steel does not resist Ghost in Gen 9.
Correct.
So don't, your Goldango does not check other Goldangos. This is for everybody.
And also another thing, if they're actively switching in their Ghost type on the fastest Pokemon ever created, it's probably Scarfed.
Yes, or they're insane. But once the Dragapult went down and once the Gliscor's at 5%,
Gliscor dies on injury.
Literally cleans up everything at this point.
Yeah.
So this is a non-factor.
And now, like, Buzzwole doesn't resist. Granted, he still lived.
No, I wonder if it was almost the right play to go for Drain Punch there, if there was Drain Punch at -3.
I think it would be
just to get your health back.
Yeah.
But like it's pretty over at this point.
Yeah.
I think everybody's chipped down to Grassy Glide anyways, and Corey's just letting it rip with
Oh no, everyone is in
Goldango
Goldango range. Not
yeah, Goldango. I'm pretty sure it was a speed tie. I think they were both scarfed. So.
No, it was Nasty Plot.
Oh shoot, it wasn't scarfed. That's disappointing.
No.
Well, that was a game.
Yeah, but here's game 2.
Goes really hard. Now here's a better game 2, right? Was it better? I hope it was better.
I don't know. Oh wait, yes, I do. I've heard of this one. All right, number 1, Corey. You hate Tyranitar. He is a rock that is afraid of rocks. I don't care. You Focus Blast. I don't care. You got Solar Beam. That's fucking Tyranitar. Get Charizard out of there.
Yeah, Charizard does not want to set the biggest move. Here comes the sand.
Oh, look at that. And now you're a fool.
Watch how much the Solar Beam does to Meganitar. This is an absolute monster of Pokemon. Okay, 2020, good talk. You are literally Pursuit trapped for the rest of the game.
And now you are not leaving.
That being said,
Jordan says, fuck it.
Any other move, but proceeded to just hit Pursuit 4 times because of the sand chip.
Scorching Sand, you know, damage.
That's fine.
Goodbye, Charizard.
Yep.
And then kind of without that, you know, I don't see how Corey can actually pull this one out.
That's an interesting Surging Strikes. Makes sense because you don't know the terrors yet. But I think it would have lived that headlong rush regardless. But I don't know if you would have killed the Tusk with the 3 Surging Strikes because I think it was really active pads.
It would kill.
It would. Wow.
That's Urshifu. He's very strong. And then you can kind of see the fact all of a sudden it's like, oh, with Charizard gone, how do you
deal with this Ferrothorn? Yeah, Corey said later, oh, Porygon Z was a mistake. No, Porygon Z was fine. Charizard needed to stay alive.
Yeah, amazing. And then having Terra Ghost Ferrothorn, that's very good. I miss Ferrothorn. I can't wait for him to come back.
He is my friend. A good knock there on the Sheriff.
Yeah, dual knocks, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. We're seeing the those mid-ground plays kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
And then I like the no fear with Ferrothorn kind of thing. That is kind of how you gotta play him, because he's usually a mon that doesn't stick around forever.
Mm-hmm.
He's around for a good time, not a long time, unless you get very good Leech Seeds.
Yeah, unless your Leech Seeds go hard, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, see conversion. Here it comes. He's electric. And what do you do now?
And now the game ends.
Yep. All right. Good Porygon.
I still exploded.
Mm-hmm. Jordan again, static there was pretty nice.
It was nice, but I mean, the writing's on the wall at this point anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I'm shocked that Zapdos lived that.
That's big.
I'm also shocked that Jordan roosted there. But we'll take it. I'm looking at a T-Tar taking 13 from an Ice Beam.
Like, and then it freaking lives, which is insane.
The grassy terrain that was set up by Corey. It's like everything he hates about T-Tar, he's like adding to why he hates it through this set.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah, at this point, it's Joker.
Yeah. Nice little.
Porygon is here.
5v1 here. I respect it. You know, look at that Ice Beam doing 45 Dex control.
Going for a burn, freeze,
all the things. Freeze. Yeah, definitely a freeze.
But yeah, at that point, Jordan could literally do anything and the game ended.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Great game too.
Yeah,
Brought the same team
game
back
3.
To game 3
yeah, because I think we saw that was a pretty good matchup.
Yeah.
It's like just love Lele.
40 from Lele, Jesus.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure why subbing T-Tar into the Make It Rain there. There is a better Goldango counter.
There is
right over
his
there.
name is Ferrothorn.
Right over there.
Or fucking Zapdos too.
Yeah, Zapdos, Ferrothorn.
Anything but the one that's weak to.
Don't sack your other center in a weather war. We're gonna learn this one, guys. Everybody.
Yeah, I wouldn't even call this isn't even a weather team. This is just Zardwai.
Yeah, just Zardwai. But even so, it's like when they're nice. Hold on. Real nice future site, by the way.
Yeah, that was good. I totally forgot that got thrown off because it's it's going
Specs
quick.
future site is a mood, and now watch as the weather ball damage lizard comes in and just wrecks everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, even if it's not a weather war, when there is a weather that really, really you don't want on the field, look at your team, like the Extra Joel, the Ferrothorn, the Urshifu, nothing wants the sun up. Keep that T-Tar in the bag.
Also,
They'll
another
come in
thing,
and check
like
Charizard to the end of time.
Excadrill with the SD steel set,
Mm-hmm.
it rips this team apart.
Oh yeah, Corey
Like
stood no
nobody's
shot.
business. It's insane. Once
Yeah.
Tusk is down, it's done.
Right.
He just kind of goes off. But T-Tar being gone is not ideal.
Mm-mm. And on top of that, think about when you're playing Corey, the mental damage when you have T-Tar alive doing like T-Tar things. It's amazing.
That's true.
But I'm not saying that Jordan's it's over. Like she's doing her best here. But man, there's not a lot that can take on the Damage Lizard right now. A little surprised Corey went for a switch there. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but also the thing is, like, Goldengo can live any hit. Even if he loses his Scarf at this point, it's really not a big deal.
Yep. And now I think with Jordan's leftover team, also nice future sight again, but a little too late. I think everything here, I don't remember if the Zapdos, but at least everything else that's not Zapdos dies to Grassy Glide. So.
Which at this point, no, he's out of there.
Yeah, so it's a little unfortunate. Oh, maybe the Ferrothorn, but yeah, you just need to keep the T-Tar alive.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Even just to keep Charizard in check. But
yeah,
good
force
adaptation
Charizard out, get your rocks up, and like, I'm sorry, what's he gonna do about that? Yeah. He's gonna die.
Yeah. Also, no rocks.
There were spikes, but no.
Oh, that's Charizard.
Yeah, it's Charizard, and like, if there was an option to set up rocks instead of spikes, I would have done that. It was a good set. I actually want to say, like, to both players, it was a good set.
That was good.
We're not like hating on that set at all.
Yeah, it was good. It was well done.
So, did you get to see the set at all?
No, I think you guys played it during my graduation.
Yes, Aaron and Drew got this in like the latest they possibly could.
I love it.
Now, what do I know about this? Drew likes using Slowpoke, and Aaron loves using Belly Drum, and also Shelter.
Yeah. Aaron is a big fan of hit the setup move and win.
And win, right. It's pretty smart. Also, check out Slowpoke being too slow to outspeed Shelter. Paralyzed. Very funny.
Yeah, I mean, he's at +2 speed.
He is.
So, he's still very fast.
Yeah, the paralysis in Little Cup is due to it's only half instead of a fourth. Also, it's always funny to see this. They both are going to get faked out by Zoro like the whole game.
Yeah.
Every single person playing Little Cup has to consider if it's a Zoro on the field or not.
Because everybody likes to bring it because he's new and unique.
Yeah, Drew also definitely forgot it's
getting
typing.
Fucking gooped by his own brain.
Yeah, just forgetting what typing it is. It is immune to normal and ghost. Like it's pretty rough.
Yeah.
But here comes the.
There it is again.
Drooped as well. It's starting into a game.
It is quite something.
Here's Aaron bringing Mudsdale. Look at Mudsdale doing 60 on a crit Earthquake. Ugh, I wish this thing was good.
It has the highest stats. But
it has so good stats. Also, rip Azurill.
Azurill is bad.
Unsure why Aaron didn't click Aqua Jet there though. It definitely has it.
Yeah.
But get your rocks away. Not, I guess, cleaning it up for the Larvesta.
I don't know why you ever T-Spike there.
For this, if you got 2 up. But also, yeah, I'm not sure. Like, it's definitely get that thing out of here. Toadstool, Spore, very scary, but now Kerbrawler just rips. We do have a Hex coming in here, I think, but it's too slow. Or at least it was a speed tie.
Yeah, speed
Probably
tie.
would have killed if it wasn't.
And then
we just watch this better. Yeah, the setup Mon Drain punches the last. It's a good set, though.
Yeah,
this was also the first set where Diglett was banned, officially.
Yes.
No Diglett. Sad.
No Diglett is fine.
Here comes Mudbray and more Toadstool. Also, yeah, here comes a team.
There's some dudes here.
I like that team. I don't know what I think of Froakie, but I like the rest of it.
Shellos is here. We've talked about Shellos, so no need to kind of harp on what he does.
Well, this is definitely a different Shellos.
Yeah, this one is not doing the funny setting up thing.
Yeah, this one's just hitting. This is basically being a little Swampert out there, except he's not a ground type.
Yeah. I gotta say, switching in your ground type to a water type is not
hitting special
really
moves and not
good
physical.
idea.
Yeah. It's an odd one.
Yeah.
That being said, Aaron doesn't really have an answer to all these water types if you look at the team. So
No.
It's definitely a little bit of an issue just in not the team builders so much, but like when you know you have no, like for example, boom, like storm drain moment. Oh, it's just there's not much you can do to. You have to at least have something in the back that can handle an electric or grass move.
You
like,
gotta have something to check a water type. It's literally the most common type in the game.
Right. Yeah. Also, then we're just gonna watch some very unfortunate hacks here.
Yeah.
Drew decided to put the cheats on, but here we go. Terra Electric the whole time. Where was this?
Nowhere.
We've done this so long ago, Aaron. No.
Yeah, we're past due, and then we're going back to bed.
Yeah. One day, someone's gonna run sub in Little Cup and not get spored, and it's gonna be glorious.
Never. As long as Toad School is here, you will snooze.
Yeah, but you'll snooze at negative priority speed. Also, boom. We're still watching it 3 games later. Zora moment.
So I mean, he just kind of does his funny little things. So.
But yeah, this game's pretty over because there is no Volt switching. Magnemite comes in for free.
And there's a Zuril. He's bad. That's it.
Did you know Azuril's actually considered pretty good?
I don't believe you.
You Belly Drum, you Terra Water, and you Aqua Jet.
Oh.
With huge power. Yeah, it's actually a pretty cool niche. I will say Azurill for once has an actual use in Little Cup. Don't be afraid to use them. Just build your team around getting rid of the water types.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, you need to just have him some support. But now we're on to what is Gen 7? Yeah.
This is Sun and Moon. Ethan did not reach out for any building help. I also literally wasn't around since Monday.
I love this team that Ethan brought, by the way.
I don't, because it gets 6-0'd by Charizard.
Yeah, it's one very big weakness right now, but I like it.
Yeah.
When he showed the team to us later, it was actually a very well-constructed team. It just doesn't, like, while it isn't the perfect core, I liked his rationale for everything he brought. So he didn't, you just need to make sure that when you are building a team, even if it does have weaknesses, like, for example, this Serperior here was Scarf Leaf Storm, right? But it also had 3 other moves that, like, you would never expect on a Scarf mod. It was pretty cool. And then a double Scarf Rachi here saving the whole game, like that.
Of course, yeah.
So
I know we have the joke of double Scarf meta, but like Serperior doesn't really need Scarf. He's very fast.
Yeah. And he will win the game through wall breaking power. So getting that extra boost early really helps.
Yeah. Also, Adam.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Adam's doing here. Look at how like quickly this game's like getting out of hand.
Yeah.
I think
and
only
he didn't
through
even do anything.
Only through the fact that. No, just through the fact that Ethan forgot about Levitate here, I think he would have won game 1 easy if that was just, the only change he made.
Also, Swagger's funny.
Yeah, here's a Swagger Psych Up Mimikyu.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It certainly exists. It is probably the most, it is certainly a Chad thing you can do. It is not, there's a reason it is not very popular, but I've seen it before.
I wouldn't call it great, but hey, it's a funny gimmick you could do.
Funny gimmick.
Yeah. But also we're gonna see how Ferrothorn still struggles with Rotom Wash.
What?
He does. Rotom.
There's no way.
Ferrothorn struggles with Rotom because usually he gets burned and he can't do enough damage. But he has not gotten burned. He just dodged a Power Whip.
I would say, in theory, even if he was to get burned here, Leech Seed Ferrothorn, Power Whip Ferrothorn does kind of wreck the rest of Adam's team right now. Honestly, there's almost nothing left that Ferrothorn can't just wall, even if it gets burned.
Yeah.
So I do like it chipping away, because if you can chip away everything and get everything within Scarf Jirachi range, you just win the game. But I don't think that's going to be the case here. So I believe Coco doesn't get flinched. Oh, no, he does. Oh, shoot. Yeah, here's where it gets interesting. So knowing that this Rotom's not a recovery mon, but Life Orb, and it's only a recovery of Pain Split, but I don't know. I'm not sure I feel like keeping Jirachi in. I know he was going for the 60% flinch every turn, right?
Hey, look, I've done it. But also, clicking Hydro Pump there, I know from using Iron Bundle a lot. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Click the
And we
accurate
got to
move.
paint split at 2% to keep this this interesting and fun gameplay going for a little bit longer.
Why are you hydro pumping?
I'm not sure why he's pumping. I'm gonna be honest. Looking at what's in the back, I have no idea. But Adam's gonna clutch this because he's a Chad. Trust.
There's no way.
Yeah.
There's
He
simply.
got double bolt switch. Hold on. Coco comes in.
Easy.
Like spikes.
Spike is actually a good play there.
Yeah.
And
Honestly, here's the biggest mistake, right?
Ripping it now.
Yeah. But it doesn't matter because that wild charge is gonna kill.
Oh my god.
And now at 8%, Adam clutches this game. But actually, I really didn't like the spikes there because if he just killed the Coco on the switch in, that was the whole game.
Yeah, I like
damage.
at this point, like you're not sure exactly what it is. You know, if he wants to keep you turning for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's just like the Rotom's the one switching out, and he's got Levitate. If it was Stealth Rocks, I think it's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, I
But
agree with that.
so you can't.
There is a difference between rocks and spikes. Don't substitute your rocks for spikes. Rocks are more important, always, because it hits everything.
People are detected.
It is. It's true.
You didn't come from Gen 2. It's understandable.
All right. Well, this is Adam with the rain team.
Yeah. Now Adam, he had 3 teams. He brought his regular team. He brought a rain team, and he brought some third team that I don't think we're actually gonna get to see this time. But the rain team on paper doesn't match up as well into this team, you would think, but it did quite good actually. It was a well constructed team.
It has Ash Greninja. It's good rain. Got Ferrothorn, essential.
It's got Ferrothorn, and he got all 3 layers of spikes up. And there is no getting rid of those spikes.
I would like to give a little description on Diancie. When you are running Diancie, you need to click Mega button, like lead it. Lead it turn 1. So you have the button ready, so they cannot set up hazards to get you. Otherwise, it just
takes too long.
It's a sitting duck. Yeah. And then
I do like Mega Diancie on its own as a sweeper, like, 110 speed, 160 attack stats. Like, it's kind of disgusting.
Yeah.
But like, even if you just lead it Mega Protect and get out, if you really don't want it to be your lead, like even if it's something as bad as that, like just get it in its Mega form. It's a mon that needs to be there. It's not like Mawile. It's not like Lopunny. Like you need that thing in Mega form immediately.
Yeah, for sure.
But with it down,
it kind of can't exert. I mean, there's not a lot of offensive pressure coming from Ethan's side right now, especially
with my Mega Diancie down and Superior Force to defog. Like the pressure now becomes what Fire Punch Jirachi, and this is in the rain. So
yeah,
kind of a problem. Luckily, Mimikyu saves the day. We love Gen 7 Disguise. 0%. Very funny.
It's true. Yeah.
It's actually
Mimikyu has that problem where like it doesn't do damage.
But it's a free focus sash. And if your team is that desperate for it, hey, there you go. It's also a cool mon. But yeah, no, damage-wise,
Yeah, you gotta get an SD going, you gotta have Life Orb. And that Earthquake did a shit ton of damage.
Oh yeah. Here comes Cringe. He's gonna be Cringe.
No, we love Landorus.
Do we?
Yes, we love Landorus. He's great.
We're gonna see what you're thinking about that when VGC Lando comes out.
No, I welcome him. I want him back.
You welcome him
I want him back. Please defeat Ting-Lu. He's a bastard. I hate him.
I think the only advice I'd have for Ethan on this set is just don't bring your Mega Diancie in against Ferrothorn. Yeah, he's setting up the hazards, but he also one-shots you.
Yes.
Like, especially in the rain, it's not a good matchup. Don't do it.
I'd also be wary about doubling up on types as often. Because we got 2 fairies, 2 grass types. It's like that could kind of, like in certain situations, that could really get you in trouble. Where it's like all of a sudden, like, poison is now a big deal for you. Like you got 4 guys that were, actually no, only 3 that are weak to poison. So that can get ugly if you go into a match against a really strong poison attacker.
Yeah. But I thought it was a fun set.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I'm just gonna let this play. I'm not gonna make any commentary about the game. Just to kind of make it explicitly known, monotype doubles is our custom format. There are no official Smogon rules for it. We kind of base it off of our own kind of perspective. So for this, we're banning Terra. Doubles OU does not ban Terra. Just because it's there doesn't mean you push it. I'm glad that this is...
Real fast, did you notice that Chom just lived the Ice Punch at 99? It wasn't sashed.
He did, because Garchomp was good.
What a good mod.
Yes.
Yeah,
and another thing, this will come into context next game. But in SAPAPL, we encourage a lot of discussion among team members. During the week, build teams working together. But during sets, do not pull somebody into your chat and build a team with them. I don't care if the team was built in quotes or not. You don't leave the battle to go and get another team. You can have someone pass you one, sure, but you're not leaving your other person out to dry while you go and get a completely new team that just so happens to completely counter team.
Okay, hold on. I'll be honest with you.
Right here.
It was pre-built. It was simply pre-built Electric Ice. I promise.
Right. I mean, I believe you there. But also at the same time, it's the fact that, we have someone get pulled out of the match. 30 minutes go by, they come back, and now it's a complete counter team. It doesn't sit well with a lot of people. Like, for me, I don't care. I was in my graduation. I was like, all right, video games are happening. That's good. I'm happy to see good gameplay. But I know it's not fair to Chris, who basically had to set his entire night aside to play 3 games of Mons.
No, it definitely wasn't.
So
just like get your teams ready before you get into the match. It's like, and this is for anybody, like it can be any one of us, singles, doubles, whatever. If you scheduled your match with your opponent, just have your teams show up early, get your teams. Don't show up 2 minutes before and say, I don't have a team. Make a team. Like, I know we're all busy people, but it's not too hard to just go get a team. If you don't even have one, just go find an import-export one, especially my guys. Like, I have a whole document of test teams that I've made at this point that, like, we have pulled together. Like, just grab one from there. And if you want to make your own custom team because you're not sure about how a team works or something, or you want to really get the hang of it, just get here a little early, Schedule your time, say, I'm going to do this 30 minutes later, so I've got this little block of time to help make the team, or at least understand the team. I noticed that my chat goes through almost every day now, asking for advice on teams throughout the week. That's the kind of stuff I want to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's awesome. But we just don't want to see mid-set coaching at all. That's just not something we're encouraging. We want to see everything happen before the match, and then after the match, discuss how it went, how we can get better, and do more in the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Also, wow, why did that? That's slow.
That's why.
Oh, yeah, that's why.
This game got funny, by the way. This game 3.
Yeah, this is game 3.
Yeah.
And also with the Terra thing, if something like this does happen again, it is considered an automatic forfeiture from the team that clicks the Terra button. The game will not be replayed. It is a forfeit.
Yeah, this is
play it out if you want. The result is determined. But we don't want to waste each other's time. It's hard enough to get everybody in and get all the games done each week. We all live busy lives. Let's respect that.
We're gonna see a lot of discharge here, by the way.
Yeah, there is a lot of discharge happening. There really is, yeah.
And then look at Palmot not running Iron Fist. It has literally missed all of its KOs on dragons this set.
That's true, but having Volt Absorb right here has been pretty nice for it.
This Volt Absorb, huge. But man, Ice Punch, rip Palmot, dude.
Yeah.
And both Chris and Dante, when you do go through and watch this set, there actually is some stuff to learn from it. Mm-hmm. Definitely number one is types. I know, Chris, you're very new. You're still working on certain type matchups, but also reading out moves. I think both of them failed fake out at some point, thinking they could hit turn 2.
Yeah.
Just like that, you can always mouse over the moves on Showdown and check it out. But in this case, we had a set that was unfortunately mired by off-field controversy. But I've got nothing but like good hopes for both these players going forward.
Yes.
So I'm excited to see what they bring out in the upcoming sets.
Yes. So just keep that in mind for the future. But anyway, we're gonna play OU now.
Ooh, baby. And look what we see here. We see a live Wo-Chen reaction.
Live Wo-Chen is here. I think Chris brought this team week 1.
Yeah, this is the same team, actually. There is no difference, but we do see a different team in game 2 that he didn't bring last time. So here's some odd decisions here. I know the Great Bro is the lead, so we're keeping him in because he's Sash and all that. But it is interesting that he's still going for knockoff. I just don't remember. Maybe he didn't have CC. And it might have been knockoff rocks, spin, and rush. But you can always save your tusk. You don't have to keep him in just because he's the lead.
Yeah, just because he's the lead. It's not like DPP where, it's like you want him to get up hazards and explode and die kind of thing.
Triple moment.
Yeah.
But we actually are going to get a pretty good set here. We have Brocco Vale here hitting CC and already starting up the Moxie boost. And killing the Sylveon due to the Terra Water here. Very necessary, by the way. And now getting that off the field was huge. However, we do have the #1 boosting counterplay in the world.
Yes.
Terra Water Quag. But look at how much that CC still does.
Yeah. But Tim not clicking recover is going to let Quackleval kind of spiral out of control.
Absolutely. You need to keep your unaware wall alive against the dude that's boosted. Because if he dies, man.
Yeah, then, you're at a point where he's kind of done his job. He's toxic.
Yep.
Let him cook.
Just start recovering. If they switch out, you're back to full HP. You got a good stuff going. Also, huge bug buzz there. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because there was no Giga Drain, if I recall, on that.
Yeah. If I'm Chris, there was no need to switch Dragonite out.
Yeah.
You're kind of fine.
Dragonite would not have died to anything that Volcarona had.
Yeah.
And as we see, Adam Kanklin, Adam
Spirit.
Yeah, Kanklin Spirit comes on in here with Dragonite Sweep. So great game 1, real fast though. And that's what happens when you got boosted.
Yeah. I know the team that Tim brought, he said it never should have left the builder because he didn't have anybody look at it, and that's just because this was a busy week for the Backstreet Boys. But now we see the 3-starter team, and I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's underrated too because all 3 of them are pretty good.
All 3 of them are good.
Obviously, none of them are top tier anymore, but you can still make them work. Look. I'm sorry. What are you going to deny me on?
Cat is still very good for getting up hazards and everything. Skeledirge, a lot of people consider to be one of the most annoying things to fight.
Yeah, it's just a really good unaware wall. An interesting decision to Fire Punch there.
Yeah, that was not the best play.
Obviously, Corv. Maybe you're reading the Corv right, but it's already got.
He's already got the sub. He's not going anywhere.
Right.
Tearing away from the Steel Flying typing, especially with the Tusk still around.
Right.
Fire Punch isn't that scary. It's a very weak move. But, Corviknight does the 1v1.
Boosting Dragonite, you're fine.
Yeah. So, you turned his 40% because Wo-Chen is...
not great.
I don't like Wo-Chen. His meme is funny, but he is dumb. And now my best friend,
just get your Terra used for him. Use your Terra for him if you're going to Terra. Get rid of his bad typing and give him a good typing.
Yeah. Also, at this point,
we're gonna really quickly talk about this Roaring Moon is doing 20 tier Dondozo, but we had to sack the whole team before we realized that.
Yes.
You need, being aware of what your Mon can do, what its job is, even if you don't know what the numbers is, just knowing what its job is knowing how fast, is Roaring Moon faster? Yes. Is this Mon a physical wall? Yes. No. Getting that information at least will help you not sack your whole team before figuring out what the right play is. And some of that does come with practice, but Definitely helps make games look a little less lopsided.
Yes.
And now we have...
In terms of making lopsided games, here's Tropius.
This was the... Chris said, I want to build a team with Tropius. Or I said, who's your favorite Mon? He said, Wo-Chen. I said, who's your favorite not Wo-Chen Mon? He said, Tropius. I said, okay, we're going to make a team with each. We're not putting them on the same team.
Yeah, I think the bulk up was crazy.
Yeah, that was wild. But hey, guess what? He lived.
He lived, and the duck has roost.
Really wondering.
He is, in fact, the biggest bird.
I'm kind of wondering where. I'm pretty sure that Dragonite had a dragon move. If he just clicked it, he was dead. But that's a different story. And now check out Aqua Step. Very unfortunate here for Chris. He misses his Leech Seed after he got crit by the first Aqua Step. This
that was
guy
huge.
does win this matchup. If all
Yeah,
those
and then at
things
this
don't
point,
happen.
Duck just kind of cleans, right?
No, not yet. Here's why.
The big step, yeah, big damage.
Big
and then
damage, but here
Gamora
comes
just kinda-
Energy Ball Gamora to just boop, dead. And that was a good Terra, good play, honestly. Although you do,
very good.
You're forced to use it, which sucks because now it's dead. You can't do
Yeah,
its
but
job.
it's
but
kind of done. It's done when it needs
yeah,
to.
it saved you from losing the game, and that's always important.
So this is a good use of Terra on the Corviknight.
Yep.
Getting rid of all the hazards and everything. And
Yep.
now you have to eat the Gig Drain, but you could be the biggest bird.
Yeah, I just really was hoping for a Quiver Dance before that drain there. But
Yep.
we're still going to watch some Volcarona gaming. It's still going to get some kills. And now Roaring Moon has entered the field again.
And now it's time for the cool guy to get burned. For...
Get burned. Yeah, they go like, oh, the game's over. So...
No, silly. That would be foolish
Yeah,
to
that'd be
think such a
crazy.
thing.
Bonk. So,
Yep.
yeah.
There's Gambit.
Make sure, I don't maybe Sucker's, right? But Sucker's right here. That's when you're hitting Suckers.
Sucker's one of those moves where it's like, you're going to go down, click it.
No reason not to.
Yeah. Maybe you crit and they die, but, Valiant quad resists, so probably not going to.
Look at this crit here. I want to pause it. Turn 18, the crit on Moonblast, right?
Yeah.
If that didn't crit, hitting Iron Defense that turn was the right play. Because this is a Specs Moonblast. Doing 36%. If it was not Specs, and it was doing it's standard like hit close combat Moonblast Thunderbolt set, right? It's mixed variation. The Iron Defense lets you live the close combat, and you already live 2 Specs Moonblast. So as weird as it is to hit Iron Defense turn 1 against you have to do it. The crit, but did take him out, so it looks really bad. Looks really bad to do it that turn, but it was the right play.
Yeah.
Just for anybody watching.
And then down
Yeah,
they go.
the game's over. Like, you could have hit E-Speed and maybe gotten a crit, but then how are you dealing with the Parawater Core with Roost? It's just not happening.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to deal with.
So
Alright, here we go. It's time for DPP.
Woo!
And
Party time.
I will let this first game kind of play. This is game 1, right?
Yeah.
Alright. Cool.
Wait, is it?
I
No,
don't think
it's
this is
game
game
3.
1.
This is game 3. Flip it. I was like,
You
I
don't
don't
mind me.
Let's see. Is this game 1? Nope, that's game 2.
I had him flipped. Alright, so game 1.
Game 1.
All right.
Here comes the funny, because David said this is his fun team. This is his really I'm having a good time team. I go, you are? And then this starts happening.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Good time. Cool. I got my chip.
Yeah.
I had to check what set it was, because Spencer was dead. So I just hit quick attack and saw it was lefties.
So I won't ask questions until the game kind of goes on a little bit. But so when me and David, Corey and Tim, we were cooking DPP together.
Yeah.
And
Cooked all
with this
along,
team, I said, Brian really enjoys Breloom. So you want to have stuff that can kind of deal with Breloom. So we kind of settled on Roserade. At first it was Scarm, and then I was like, Roserade's good because you still get the spikes and everything like that.
Bro, you guys weren't even close to my thinking process this game.
Well, yeah, I didn't expect you to bring fucking JT's draft teams that never work. So, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Honestly, it was 3 and 6 JT. That was hysterical.
I know. I was just like, this is
This is what happens when JT says, "Yeah, I'm going to come help you build a team." What if you put Weebot on? What if you put that me? But what if you put Pincer as your lead? I'm like, yeah, that sounds all right.
It's not. That's a draft mod.
I got moved. All right. Also, Agency Lantern.
Yeah. So Lantern was one of those things. I was like, look, Zapdos kind of goes crazy if Roserade goes down and everything like that. Because at first Roserade was Scarm. And we're like, oh my god, like, Zapdos is a pain in the ass.
I really made a weird play here. I expected him to hit me again. So I hit Rest. Because then I was going to get Rest off champ. But he switched. And I could have gotten a free D-punch on T-Tar, which I thought was hysterical that he switched T-Tar into Sackett, even though it's his setup sweeper. But...
he... not quite, but... I mean, he is DD. Yeah. But Rest Talk Machamp is crazy. I've never really seen anything like that.
I just was hoping to live a little better on some of these hits, because it was pretty bulky, but apparently it wasn't bulky enough.
Yeah, that's Tyranitar.
Yeah, T-Tar just hits a little too hard, so Machamp goes down. I think if Rest Talk Machamp lived, we had a set here. But now we're going to watch a lot of flinching.
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
And JT said to me later, he's like, oh, that was like the perfect Paraflinch team David brought. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, should we be doing that every week? And I'm like, it's a strategy.
It's a strategy. It's inconsistent.
It's consistently inconsistent.
Yeah.
Like, you will get wins. You probably shouldn't. But you're also not like... You're relying on 60 or 30% constantly instead of just like sticking to a game plan. So, you know. And then he brings his own Machamp in, and that's so cool because I love Subchamp.
So Machamp is like essential on Paraflinch teams because obviously Dynamic Punch is the most infuriating move ever created.
Yeah, we're taking notes on that, by the way.
Yeah,
Parafusion Champ. Yeah, Parafusion Champ. Ridiculous.
It's very good. It's good.
And I hit myself twice here trying to heal. So
yeah,
because like I knew the game was over once my Melodic went like down. Yeah. So I just figured, all right, let's just 3 times. Sorry, 3 times. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
No, this was a horrible game of hacks. It just was also a worse team, so it didn't look like there was ever a shot.
Yeah.
Like getting the lead hacks, getting the wall hacks, like both those things, like, you know, weaker men would have broke.
Yeah.
And then Weebot just dies to I don't know, Lantern expanded. So he just shows me third pitch for fun. Yeah, like Kristogus. Yeah. So that was.
So it's like we had the Jirachi, we had the Scarf Togekiss.
Yeah, this is not a friends team. If you wanna tell your friend, hey, I want to have a good time in DPP, and then you show them this team, they're not gonna want to play the format. But you can do it.
It's fine. All right, so this is game 2.
Yeah, now David had a game.
Brian, what is with the Aerodactyls?
Actually,
Spawn is not good.
There's a really good reason for this Aerodactyl lead. Specifically because this team that I brought was triple U-turn core, and one of them was, all of them were not particularly happy with getting chipped away. So the goal was just do what Aerodactyl needs to do. Rocks, taunt, die. And that's what it did. And now I've got Rocks and he doesn't, because I predicted turn 1 he'd try to hit me with Ice Beam instead of, going for Rocks or whatever.
Yeah, I thought I would at least, see like a spike in turn 2 kind of thing.
Me too. I was surprised. No spikes. Yeah.
Well, there's your full para.
This Starmie here is not Rapid Spin, so I didn't want the hazards. I just said, I'm going to run Spec Starmie. I think it's funny. Boom.
Spec Starmie is the only good Starmie. It is a terrible spinner.
Yeah. I'm going to say that. I'm going to say that right.
Hold on, shit. Hold on. I hit the wrong button. Hold on. All right.
I love this mod.
Let me talk right here. I'm going to talk to
people.
Oh, boy.
You're going to talk a lot.
I'm going to talk. Look, listen. David is my brother, right?
Yeah.
I said, look, we're building a good team.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the team looks fine so far.
It's fine, right? And he said, yo, I want to put some spice on it. And I said, okay. We put the side on Frostlass. Frostlass is, unconventional. Get some spikes. It's good. It's different than Scarm. Cool. I'm about it. And I said, all right. He's like, I gotta complete my Firewater Grass core. And I said, perfect. Let's throw on something like Breloom. Because originally it was Roserade, and then we settled that we would go to Frostlass. We didn't do
Breloom, Rose, Venusaur, all those are good.
Yeah, so I said you could run Venusaur, right? I said, or you could just run Breloom because it's a good Pokemon. And he's like, yo, what about Meganium? And I said, no. And Tim said no, and Corey said, you're just going to throw.
I will never tell my team no to a mom, by the way.
I will. I will. There is a line.
The team did not have faith in it.
Listen. There is a line between.
Trash?
No, there is a line between bringing your friends and having an idea and a team built around it. The team is not built around Meganium. He's just there. It's not built around him at all. He doesn't facilitate the team. He's just there.
Oh, he is literally like Meganium on its own in OU. You are right. Is not. Now I'm not even gonna call it dead weight. It's just anti-momentum. It has no momentum as a mon.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, its job should be to at least stop the opponent momentum. And with this Meganium having Leech Seed, that's one way of doing it, right? Like, cool. Seed can stop momentum, kinda.
Not really, because, like, the thing with Leech Seed is then it's, alright, I'm going to start sitting here. I'm going to stop all of my momentum and just spew up seeds and be passive and stally. This is not that kind of team.
No, this team is not. But I think if this Meganium had screens, at least, to, like, you know, that was an unfortunate crit, by the way.
Yeah,
like,
that was a good big crit.
Looking at my team so far, look, like, he doesn't know I have Scissor yet, but pause the game, right?
Yeah.
Like, I have 2 U-turners, a Celebi that has already revealed U-turn, and the only thing this mon knows is Seed Bomb and Leech Seed for attacking moves.
Yep.
That's where it all went wrong. Where's the HP Fire? Where's the Reflect Light Screen? I'm pretty sure this mon also, like, can just simply run, like, I don't know, some stupid natural gift set. I don't know.
No, don't say that word. No. Then it would have been, oh, let's run Leafeon. Leafeon's not good either.
No, I even looked at Leafeon for my set.
He's very bad.
It's just too slow. But, like, the thing with Meganium is at least it's fat, right? Like,
it's not even that fat.
It's not even that fat.
Pure Grass, terrible defensive typing.
Obviously, you're gonna do a lot worse with Meganium than you will with Breloom.
Yes, because if that was Breloom, all of a sudden you have offensive pressure. You have potential Mach Punch, Spore, which would be huge on this momentum-based team with 3 U-turn Pokemon.
Yep.
Having Spore to stop them
from U-turning around,
is huge. But then all of a sudden you put this blob here that is one weak to U-turn, while they just go and cycle around while your Meganium is going to take rocks and everything. And there is a Tyranitar on this team.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Which negates all of this shit anyway.
I really think that, like, I respect bringing Meganium. I know it's bad. I can't defend it. I respect
on top of this,
he sends it back in. I know. It was like, what?
I also then said, Brian loves to bring Breloom. He loves Subseed, Breloom, all that stuff.
I just think it's a good mon.
This Meganium has Protect, Toxic, Leech Seed, and Seed Bomb. You want to know the worst bond against Breloom of all time? This!
If you're going to run Meganium, at least make it do something that other mons can't do. And if you're going to run something that's like, Seed Toxic, Seed Bomb, like, on its own, like, it can't be Meganium. It has to be a different mon. Let it do what it needs.
You can do Venusaur. I've been doing it in draft. Yeah,
but that being said, man, that was... I know you're upset, but don't be upset.
I am!
I honestly think if it just had Reflect, right? Like on that U-turn where it lived to Flagon, right? And put up Reflect. Like if it did that, I don't know, 7 turns ago, maybe then you have a shot. Yeah. And
also that was Scarf Magnezone.
Yes. That he just sacked to a Hydro Pump, yeah.
He just sacked to a Hydro Pump.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty over, right? Like, and then here's me. Hold on. It's only not over because I'm kind of an idiot. I don't use Banded Scissor that often, I'll be real. Mm-hmm. I did not realize Banded Scissor did 52 to a Dragonite when you hit Bullet Punch. Yeah. Also, I'm not sure that crit mattered, but let's just say.
I
also did not really consider the fact that it was Lum. So at the time, I just sacked 2 mons here to Dragonite for almost no reason when I could have put Scissor in, taken 30, and hit Bullet Punch twice.
So again, Scizor is why Magnezone is here.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
This is on me. I'll be honest, I was definitely not playing my best this set. Like, either the whole set, right? And I don't think David... I think David played fine.
Yeah. But... this game, I think he brought it back as well as he could. Dragonite kind of did his job.
I definitely just did not check Scissor's defensive capabilities in time.
Yeah.
So
this is one of those things where it's like, I think David then, because this was the first team we built, and it was to kind of, we decided, you know what, DD Dragonite is very good, and, you know, we had to facilitate the team around it. Yeah, and we facilitated the team around it really well, and then David said, I want to put Meganium on this team, and it just lost its...
It lost
that last piece it needed to fully function, which...
When you're
on paper, like, this team absolutely destroys this one.
When you're going to build a team that, like, you're building around a Badmon or something that may seem kind of gimmicky, you do have to provide the support around it. You can't be using it as the support.
Yeah.
Even if it's a Mon like Cresselia, which is super tanky, like, even if you think that Mon can provide support, there's a reason it's not used. Like, it just doesn't have the capability to really do what what you think it should do. And that's the reason we have the tiering system and all that. So, and that is, as you can see, that is a good example why Meganium is bad.
Yes.
As sad as it is.
Yeah. We love Meganium, you know, we like to use our favorite mons that are bad.
You hate Meganium.
You have to build around it specifically. If you don't and just tack it on, you could yell agency, you could yell all those things, but at the end of the day, you made a bad team, and Dragonite almost bailed you out of it.
I will say, David and I were talking throughout the set. We went to our chat, and we were like, okay, let's talk it out. And he said, you know, I brought 3 teams, my really fun team, my like super serious team, and my mid team. And he said, game 2, he said, okay, I'm going to bring the fun team. I said, okay. And at the end here, we agreed, let's try super serious teams and see how it goes. So this is like the real DPP of the entire set was this. And very funny, we both used Metagross Sprayloom. Like, I want a little like Spider-Man meme where we're all pointing at each other for this set.
Yeah.
But turns out his was not Lumberry Metagross.
No, it's not. It's lefties.
Sugar.
That's right.
No, Sugar.
Yeah.
And then he subs in his Moltres, a sub-punch Breloom, and I think to myself, oh, this is the greatest day ever. I get to beat a Moltres with Breloom. Because you can't roost. You roost, you die.
Yep. So and look at that.
This is physically defensive, by the way. This is almost max defense. Bonk.
Yep.
So the only way out is to intentionally break the sub and then lose your Moltres later.
Yep.
So here we go. Bonk. And I think the set would have been way less close if I didn't, like, I have the perfect Moltres answer. Great, it's T-Tar. You know,
Tar and Tar, he takes care of Moltres. Moltres
is done. Moltres can't beat T-Tar. However, I'm an idiot and I forget to check the calc for Fire Punch and get Toxic and lose my Lumberry. So, that influences the game greatly.
You're DD Tar, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why it is so bad to, like, you know, just take the extra second and remember. Even
just look at the calc.
Yeah. What's up? Yeah.
Look at the calcs.
Look at the calcs. I even looked at it and said, yeah, that looks right. And then I forgot. Oh, he had lefties. And I didn't.
Scarf Dragonite?
Nope.
Oh, no. He's Sash. That's Sash Breloom.
He's Sash Breloom.
I couldn't remember.
Fun fact here. Pause. This is the coolest Gliscor. Everyone should run this Gliscor.
It is fucking awesome.
It is awesome. It scared out my Dragonite because I said, oh, man, he's going to have Ice Fang, and I can't hit my Draco on it because of that. And lo and behold, here we go. Ice Fang. So even if you don't have Ice Fang, you can sure scare out those Dragonites.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, if you switch in a Gliscor on Dragonite, you kind of show, hey, I could kill you.
Yeah. And I'm hitting Roar on Swampert now because I want to see what he has left, and then he reveals Rotom Fridge, which is actually kind of scary.
Yeah.
Really funny.
It is funny. I'll eat words on this. I said, don't worry about Blizzard. Just run Rotom Wash with HP Ice. It kind of does the same thing. And you also show off that you could Hydro Pump, which is a lot scarier than Blizzard, because Blizzard is a miss move.
But here's where I think to myself, okay, I'll wake up and boom on him and win the game, right? I was mistaken.
That was a bad play.
I had 2 turns to wake up and I did not. So now Gliscor is standing in my way and I say, oh god, I have 1 Mon to take it. Because Rotom Heat died. Rotom Heat would have been fine, but he got crit and died, and that was big.
Yep. Yeah.
But more fortunately for David, now he's playing the game of, how do I kill Swampert? And I'm playing the game of, oh god, how do I not let Gliscor get in for free?
Yeah. I think not clicking Wisp there was huge.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to switch Breloom into this, especially because it is Fridge. This is a situation where Fridge was good.
Well,
right? It's like, because Breloom can't switch in, and Wisp on anything.
Because I die to the Blizzard, right? Mm-hmm. Which you're right. But if he hits Wisp when I go into Breloom, I'm faster.
But you don't know that.
We did not know that at the time.
Yeah,
because we
exactly.
played that turn a few turns later.
Yeah.
I also DD here because I figured I'm going to go for a Wisp miss and see if I can get it, because I'm kind of sacking the T-Tar anyways.
He's kind of done his job.
Kind of a bad play, though, because here comes Gliscor, and I get balled out by Crunch Defense Rob.
Yeah, so, that was pretty big.
Pretty lucky on that side. But here's a 49%. And now his Gliscor is really low. Like, low to the point where I might be able to kill with E-Speed.
But you definitely killed with E-Speed.
But instead, he sacks... Actually, I don't think I did. I think it was too much...
-1?
Oh, sorry, yes. It was -1. You are right.
Yeah.
But I was saving the Dragonite for E-Speeding the Starmie. Because at the time, I had thought to myself, oh, I need to make sure that I have Dragonite healthy enough to live like a T-Bolt.
That's fair.
Now, here's the moment of truth.
Yeah.
We were unsure. I was unsure if my Breloom was faster. He was unsure if my Breloom was faster. We pretty much said, who's actually faster here? And turned out, not his Rotom. So he dies to the Seed Bomb. Granted, he had to hit a Blizzard, but...
Yeah, which is another thing I think Rotom Heat, is just a better choice.
I mean, there's a reason I brought Heat for mine. I said, that's pretty fire.
Yeah.
And here's
I'm a big fan of Rotom.
As you can tell, I'm calling out my misplays. I actually don't think David had too many. But here was a big misplay for me. Assuming he had Ice Beam.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah,
I should have put him back to bed.
Yeah.
I should have waited till he woke up, put him back to bed, and then hit Focus Punch, because now I don't have my sub up. And if he was Ice Beam Starmie here, he wins. Mm-hmm. Or at least, hold on, what's the Swampert's HP at?
96.
No. Okay, he had to be HP Grass too, but let's just say he had all three.
It's not, yeah.
If he had the perfect coverage Starmie, he wins the game, but does not.
It's not. It is very support because
it's the bulky rapid spin set because of Moltres. Yep.
Yeah.
And therefore the game kind of just ended. But
yeah. So one of those things is like, I know we say like, oh, David didn't have a lot of misplays throughout his games, which is true. I think the only one here is just bringing in Moltres too early.
I mean, as long as you still have your Gliscor against a Breloom, I think you can still handle it right.
Because I think like getting in Rotom, he can kind of do it pretty well. You're immune to Focus Punch, you get Seed Bombed. That's fine.
Well, the big thing is like there's also rocks in the field, right?
Yeah.
Like putting the Moltres in before the rocks are up, fine. Putting the Moltres in while the rocks are up,
very bad. Very bad.
I'm a subset already. At least I think you knew I was a subset already.
I think you put it together.
Yeah, so
you'd already done it, yeah.
So I mean that's really like, I know he's supposed to be in there, and yes, it does wall any other Breloom that doesn't run, I don't know, Rock Tomb or Facade. But like you see sub, you gotta expect punch.
Yeah.
And you gotta expect that's gonna do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
But even so, I'm not even sure Moltres was really that important looking at the rest of the team. Like, yeah, it could have spread some toxic around, I guess, but my team didn't.
I think it would have been pretty nice for Swampert.
That's about it.
Swampert was very, very annoying. If Gliscor was going to pull off any kind of sweeping.
Mm-hmm. Swampert and Gordon had to go for Gliscor to win the game, yeah.
Yeah. So, I think Moltres you could have got more use out of,
Oh, absolutely, yeah. No more than just sacking it to Breloom, yeah. Which is really funny to think about that's supposed to wall it. It just doesn't.
Yeah. But,
game. Yeah. Our team got a dub.
You guys won that week.
It's one of our rare dubs I'm expecting. A lot of us are going to be going on like breaks throughout the year, so we have to expect a lot from some of our younger folk to pick it up while we're gone. So it was nice to get at least one of them in while everyone was here. But I know my team's doing well. I'm excited for what they got this upcoming week. Everyone seems very excited for their formats. Yes. And I know you guys are looking to cook us after what happened this week and after all the VGC, like people coming back. So I'm excited for next week.
Yeah, my mind is full of all the different variations of Chi-Yu words that we said. We called them Fingus. We had Unga Jugalug Bungus, Poop Bonnet and everything. So, getting back into, older gens will be a nice change. But I know I can speak for myself and all of us. We played a lot of Mons this weekend.
I'll
talk more about it, but played 9 rounds of Swiss. I went to 3 games and 7 of them. I played a lot of Mons this weekend. I'm very tired.
I hope you ate lunch that weekend. Did you eat it all?
They don't give us a lunch break, so we had snacks, and that was about it. So it was a long day. But
yeah, we'll hear all about that in the next podcast for sure.
Yes, we will.
I'll be listening.
We'll be recording that in the next few days. But that's it for this week. I know you don't see the side event. Turns out, there's not much to talk about. It's not, it's. I don't really want to watch it again. It was.
I'll just say one thing.
You can reference them in the new archive that JT is creating. But we're going to spare all of you the expense of watching that set.
Some side events are made better than others.
Yes. But yeah, that's it. Hags and the Backstreet Boys are back, and we're gonna take the next week too.
All right, but make sure you tell all your homies that they can bring Meganium if they really want to.
Just build your team around Meganium. Don't tack him on the team where he's not meant to be the star, an integral piece kind of thing. Yeah, and continue to not make teams that don't lose to Rotom Wash.
That's everybody. That's everybody. That's not
every week. Everybody, please continue to do that.